Welcome to Embracing Life Again. I'm Catherine Coffer, transition expert and minister. Together, we'll break through life's toughest barriers, rediscover joy, and start dreaming again. It's time to embrace life fully with purpose, passion, and hope. Hi, welcome to Embracing Life Again. I'm your host, Catherine Coffer, where we bring inspiration through life's transitions. The purpose of the show is to inspire women to find more balance, to feel a sense of freedom, to choose joy, and to dream again as we collectively stand in our power. Getting you unstuck in your trauma and loss to be able to experience joy and dream again. So today I have a very exciting interview. Her name is Cornelia Kawann, and she is an energy, a personal energy expert. And she has written a book that you guys will all enjoy, is Power On. And before I bring her on, don't forget to see at the last part the adventures of Theo and Zebedee, who are my miniature registered therapy animals, do their work with people. And if you need to get a hold of me, you can reach me at info@embracinglifeagain. So let's bring on Cornelia. Hello, Cornelia. This is I'm so glad to have you on my show. So I already introduced you, and so I wanted you to tell us a little bit about your story. But before I do that, I just wanted to tell the audience that I personally had a session on Monday with Cornelia, and it was very inspiring and life-changing with regards to understanding my own personal energy and how I allow people to affect me and how I affect others. And so I just thought it would be a great way to experience what she does, so I can, during this interview, go back and forth and just tell you my experience or add to what she's going to tell you. So, Missy, can you please tell us a little bit about your story and how you even got to writing the book of Energy On?
Oh, first of all, thank you so much for having me. And even more, thank you for your trust that you opened up, and we had this a really incredible session together. It was really a very cool, energetic journey. Yeah, let's call it this way.
Yeah.
And how got I started? My journey in a way started when I was about 4 years old, and I was always so impressed when my mom plugged in like a vacuum cleaner or a mixer or something, and then all of a sudden this magic happened. And I always wanted to know how does this work, And so one afternoon I found, do I have it here? Yeah, I think I have it here. I found this or something similar.
What is that? Exact... I can't see it.
Okay. So it's a nail.
Oh, okay.
And I found a nail in the garden, a rusty old nail. And so I took it and I sneaked back into my room, and then I did something I would never ever recommend anybody doing. And please don't listen here. But I put it into the plug, and then
oh no.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I did. Already at that time, I was a scientist, right? I wanted to experience and know. So, and then luckily the security system was faster than me, but still I got hit and I was thrown backwards and lost consciousness for
Oh
a
my.
certain moment. And then when I woke up, I came back. Then my mom was standing over me, and she was worried, of course, and it really changed my life, I can say, because I was kind of hooked by this power and by this magic, and I thought, now I really want to know how this works. And that's why I studied electrical engineering. And I can tell you now I do know how electricity comes into the socket. And I know so much more about it. And so for a very long time, only energy was always only electric energy. I'm also still working in the energy industry. But then I tried, did a lot of research, and I was always eager to learn more. And then sooner or later, of course, I discovered the quantum field and quantum science. And there it really made click, because what does it mean? In a way, in a nutshell, it's our daily life. It just says everything, what we are, our phones, our materials, every thought, every belief, every virus, whatever, it's just a frequency. It's just energy. And in a way, it shifted completely my world. And it made so much sense to me, because I know what a frequency is, I know what energy is, and looking at everything from this perspective made life so much easier. Because if it's a limiting belief or something, it's a frequency, and I can just remove a frequency from my system. It's so much easier compared to overwriting a limiting belief for 28 days, and then the original limiting belief is still there, right? So I found it so much easier to deal with energies and frequencies. And that's what I kind of teaching people now. And then as you ask me, how did I come to write a book? I'm really this scientific idea. So I really started experimenting on with myself, of course. So I thought, if you have this electromagnetic field around any electric device, we also have some electromagnetic field around us, because if you think about it, we have these millivolts in our cells. If we go back to biology, right, a healthy cell has a voltage of minus 70 millivolts between the nucleus and the membrane. And cancer cells only have minus 10 millivolts. So then they suck off all the energy because they can't keep the tension. And that's why we get sick. And also, all the nervous system, the communication of our brain. If you look like behind what it is, it's like these milliamperes, and these are little currents flowing through our body. So if any electric device has voltage and ampere, and we do have the same, so we just have this electromagnetic field around us, like our phones. Some people are even sensitive to it. They try to protect themselves. And then I started experimenting with this electromagnetic field around us, and I thought, if I know how to manage it, I can increase it or do many things without it. And people kind of started noticing that I had more sparkle, was more communicative, and they could feel a difference. I had much more energy, could do many things more, hardly got any tired. And so many things changed in my life because of that. And then people started noticing, they asked for advice, and then sooner or later they said, you should write a book with all your exercises. And then I thought, I don't want to write a book, but it was kind of always coming back. And then I all of a sudden thought, yeah, why not? And then I wrote this book, Change Your Energy, Change Your Life, because it changed my life, right? And there are 77 exercises in there.
Wow.
And the idea is that because we are all very busy, there's none of these exercises takes longer than 3 minutes, because I'm very impatient, and I'm very busy, many ideas. And so I thought many other people's maybe would need that as well. And that's,
So true.
I'm kind of the queen of quick fixes.
Right. Well, we are a microwave society now, so we want it now, right? We don't want to wait.
Exactly.
Um,
Who wants to wait?
right. So, for those who are new to this concept of personal energy management, what initial steps would you recommend that they take to start their journey? And one thing I do notice is people like, I'm so tired. I'm just so tired, right? I hear that all the time. And I'm like, I don't, I mean, because I try and manage mine. I'm usually called a joy bomb, and everybody's like, you have so much energy. I'm like, I don't know. I just do. And so it's hard for me
Exactly.
to tell them, hey, this is what you need to do, right? So I will turn them onto your book for sure. Um, so that being said, I mean, what can you say to people that don't control, understand personal energy or want to even know about? You know what I mean? That they're kind of like, yeah, right, that stuff, right? So I'm just curious what you have to say about that.
Oh, yeah. I love this question. The thing is, being a scientist, for a very long time, I thought the same. This is esoteric, woo woo. I don't want to know. And we all were
Woo
brought up, yeah, woo woo. We were all brought up in the world of Newton. And what Newton said, in a way, if you can't touch it, if you can't see it, and if you can't measure it, it doesn't exist.
woo.
And that's why we're also kind of afraid of all these things we can't see, because we were taught it doesn't exist. And so if you feel something but you were told it doesn't exist, then you fear it, right?
Right.
And when I looked closer into it, for me it's just pure physics. We have to have this energy around us, because we are a walking battery. And the battery, if it's plugged in, and it has this electromagnetic field, it's just pure physics. So it made so much sense, and it clicked kind of a way. And then in a way, I got deeper, and that's what I enjoyed about so much, because we can't see it, we can't touch it, but what we all can is we can feel it.
We can feel it, that's for sure. Yeah, we
And
know when
sometimes,
someone negative
yeah,
around us is sucking us.
and we can feel if somebody is angry or what, even if the person doesn't say a word. It's like the energy is there, and we can also feel if somebody is happy. But sometimes we kind of trained not to feel it, and that's why we're
Right.
also a little bit scared. Emotions are not in trend in our society. It's more about all about our mind. And so there are 4 pillars of personal energy management, so kind of the starter kit. And the first step definitely is to awareness of your energy, because most of the time we don't even notice. And it's just good to check in, where's my energy right now? Is it low? Is it high? How do I feel? This is already the first step.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's more about the next step of awareness, is to find out what's actually giving me energy, and who and what is draining my energy. Because
Ah.
most people don't even notice, right? There are
Mm-mm.
some people, you're on the phone, right? You're there for half an hour and you feel completely exhausted. These are kind of the energy vampires we all
Oh,
know.
true.
And everybody has one of these energy vampires around. And so then you can kind of, if you know that, you can decide, no, I don't want to speak with this person right now. Or this can be also activities. For me, very long time, until I shifted it, like doing groceries, I really just kind of didn't like it at all, and
Mm.
it drained energy from me. And most people don't even know what gives them energy. Might it be, I don't know, a walk or reading a book, or for me it's painting or swimming. Just being aware whatever activities you do,
Mhm.
afterwards you really feel energized. Can also be in the gym or whatever, but be aware about, it's like handling your bank account. You want to know where money flows in and where your money flows to, right? And it's the same with your energy.
Withdrawals and deposits, yes.
Exactly. And you can go in depth with your energy, but trust me, for a long time, it's not a good idea because then your body definitely is going to present you the bill, right? And
No.
that's why it's good to recharge. And so that would be the next step in a way is, yeah, I was always fascinated. We do it every day. We plug in our phone and recharge it, right?
Right.
But yeah, it's
How do
just
we do that for
automatic.
us? I
And
mean,
then,
how do we do
yeah,
that?
that's how
Right.
I want to recharge I want to plug myself in as well. And then that's why I then developed these exercises where you can kind of recharge your energy within 3 minutes. And and it's so easy. You can go everywhere. Even at work. I'm still in the corporate world in a management position. Before important meetings, also I
Mhm.
go into the restroom, I do this exercise, and then I come out and I'm ready for this meeting. And I'm quite sure my colleagues are always wondering, what is she doing in this restroom? Because maybe
Becomes
they
all
don't want to
different.
know what I'm
Yes.
doing.
That's funny.
Yeah, and this is the positive thing about my exercises. You can literally do them everywhere, right? And it's only 2 to 3 minutes, and you will feel immediately the difference. So the second pillar is this recharging.
Mhm.
And then the third pillar, in a way, that's what I love most, and most people don't think about it. And this is cleaning your energy body. Because, we are really taking care of our body. We are showering every day, brushing our teeth twice, our hair
Mhm.
and everything. But have you ever cleaned your energy body? And what do I mean by that? If you imagine this is your body, and like your phone, you have your energy body is around it. It's around your
Mhm.
phone and it's around your body. So let's say you have like this 1.5 or 2 meters around your body. So just imagine yourself standing in public transport at a concert or being in the supermarket at a cashier. As soon as you're standing next to somebody, your energies or our energies are mingling. There's just no way you can't prevent that because that's just pure physics. It's like gas is mixing. And so what I think or what I noticed is, just by standing at the cashier and the person behind you, had a really bad day or a really bad time.
Mhm.
And then it can happen that your energy picks up, emotions, thoughts, or even beliefs from other people around you, people you maybe don't even know, right? Because of this mingling of the energy. And then you go home and all of a sudden you don't notice why you feel sad or angry,
Mhm.
and it's not even your energy, right? It's something you picked up. And then you go to
Your
bed
energy is
with that.
tagging along.
Yeah, you drag it
You're
around, and
taking
then
it home.
yeah, you take it with you home, and then you take it even with you in your bed. And then
But
people are wondering whether they have problems falling asleep or sleeping, have a good recovery sleep, because
right.
they're full of all these energies that do not belong to them. And that's what I recommend, is to really clean your energy before you go to bed. And it's so easy, it doesn't
Right.
take more longer than 3 minutes, and you will feel such an immediate relief and difference when you
Mhm.
sleep, because then you're going to bed not only with your physical body but also with your own energy body, and it's clean, and it's only your energy, your thoughts, and your beliefs in there, and they are already plenty, right? You don't need to take on others from somebody else.
Oh, it feels horrible when you do that. That's why before I go to bed, I always release the day and give it to God and just do that. But I don't know what else um, you do to clean besides just getting everything up and out that you've
Yeah,
experienced through the day.
there are different. I think this is already very different techniques. There are different. You can imagine that everything that doesn't belong to you goes back where it belongs. This it dissolves into the universe, or you imagine that, like, like a liquid is cleaning your energy body and then flowing into the earth. So there are different modalities,
Right.
but it's just about the intention you're setting, right? And you will notice immediately how much better you sleep.
Yeah. When I do that, I know I sleep so much better. So when you were talking about earlier the people that drain your energy, right? I have a certain person in my life that calls all the time, but I don't pick up the phone until I know I could handle it at that time. So I may, let a few phone calls go by and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm ready for, and then I set a certain time aside for this person, because I don't want them to zap my energy, right? And it's always the same thing. It's always the same issue or whatever. It's just like exhausting. So how do people's energy affect our mental, emotional, and physical states? I know you know that question.
Yes, actually, of course it does. In one side, as I already said, we can easily pick it up, we feel it, right? And because we are all connected also via the quantum field, right? There we can even kind of feel it. I could feel your energy when I'm here, right here. And there are different ways you can kind of protect yourself against these energy vampires. And it's not only about against energy vampires, it's more about also keeping your energy with you, right? Because it's your energy. And even if somebody else drains your energy and takes it, it doesn't do any good at this other person, because energy per se is neutral. But if it's not at the right place, then it's perceived kind of as negative energy. But it's just because it's energy at the wrong place. So if I would have your energy in my system, I would feel that, and it would drag me down as well, because it doesn't belong to me, and I could feel it's not part of me. It's kind of in German you would say Fremdkörper. So it's kind of a part that is not part of me, and that's why kind of disturbing my whole system. So even energy vampires, if they're draining your energy, they're not doing themselves. They're most of the time they're not even doing it consciously, right? And that's just to say that in favor for them. They are not aware of them. They're
I
just
think
so
most
occupied.
people are not. Yeah, I think most people are not aware of the way they come off or anything, because even if you have a conversation with them, they're like, huh? What are you talking about? I don't do that. They usually have no idea who they, not who they are, but how they even project to other people, right? People are just not conscious of it. So I doubt they'd be conscious of how their energy is giving off on another person.
Exactly.
Sure.
That's what I've noticed also. So I wouldn't even blame this person. So it's more about doing your own homework, making sure that this other person can't drain your energy, or even activities can be like this. And this is kind of the fourth pillar of the personal energy management starter kit. And this is kind of protecting your energy and setting energetic boundaries. And here I noticed, and I also started, most of the exercises are done for me, because I noticed, I'm so much better now, but for a very long time I was such a people's pleaser.
Me too.
And it was so difficult for me, not to fulfill all the expectations set in me. And then I was always overperforming, especially during my studies. And also now, as one of the rare women in the energy industry, you always have to outperform and be smarter, cooler, and faster and everything. So there was always a lot of competition. And so I started, and then of course other people are smart as well. If they know, you can fix everything for them, then everybody's asking you for advice, to support and whatever. And and it's so difficult to say no. And that's what I realized, especially with women, this saying no is a big problem.
Yes.
So I thought, how could I solve that, right? And then I figured out this exercise, this setting energetic boundaries. And I noticed when I was doing this exercise right in the morning, or like before meetings, where it was important to kind of really stay in my energy, stay in my opinion, that then it was so much easier for me, because I kind of felt on one side protected and safe and more me. And on the other side, I noticed that if I really have kind of this very strong energy buffer around me, as I said, we all feel it. Even if people say they don't feel it, they still feel it. And I started that my colleagues and people around me, they noticed. And the good story about it, they don't they stopped asking, right? Because they already had this, I had this buffer of energy between me and them, and that kind of even hindered them more and more to even asking, could you do me this favor? Could you do this for me? Or why don't you take on this project nobody wants, right? And like all these things. And I noticed there it was like an obstacle for them to ask. And so then I didn't even had to say no, which is so much easier, right? If
Right.
nobody asks, you don't need to answer. And so
Right.
this kind of hidden buffer that changed a lot in my life.
Yeah. It's funny because I don't know if you're talking about kind of the dome you put over yourself, but sometimes if I don't want to absorb things from other people, you call it energy. Sometimes I call it their spirit, right? I just imagine a dome over me, and to to block energy or whatever's coming at me. I'll say the weapons, of people coming at you, to keep me from getting exhausted through the day of all these things coming at you. I don't know if that makes any
Yeah,
sense to you or
as
not.
you're saying, there are different ways, right? I know there's also blue balls, and there are
Don't know
many
about
things.
that one.
Uh, yeah, but for me, it was kind of, this always this scientific approach, and that's how I develop my exercises. So, but as I always said, and it's also written in the book, is this is a kind of a starter kit, and there are of course many more exercises in different topics, and it's about start with it, but then make it your own. Use maybe different words, different gestures, different, I don't know, associate symbols or whatever. Make it so it works the best for you. It's
Right.
not about me. It's not about my energy, my book or whatever. It's about getting you started, and it's how I see it. It's fun. It's experimenting, trying things out. And that's what I love so much about it. There are no dogmas. You have to do it exactly like this, otherwise it's not
Right.
working. No, no. It's about find the optimal and make it yours, right? And just get started and develop your own thing that works best for you. That's what it's all about.
That's great. Yeah. So you kind of already told us to make sure that we clean ourselves out, put boundaries around. Is there anything else to keep our energy up that you can talk about real quick? Or what do I want to say?
Yeah, there's one.
Show us or something. I don't know if you wanted to show us a one of your principles, or if so just give us the three things that we can take away that we can do right now as we get off the show.
Okay, I can show you, for example, the setting the energetic boundaries
Okay.
exercise, and then I can give you yeah, three things for takeaway. So for the energy boundaries exercise, actually, it's really pretty quick. Yeah, I think I turn around and you see it in a little bit better. You want to join? So you
Okay.
just rub your
Oh,
hands.
that's
You can
right.
see it better,
Okay,
right?
guys, do your hands.
Yeah, everybody's joining,
Put
right?
your
Do
hands
it
together and
together.
rub.
Now or never. It's not
Yeah.
about reading or listening, it's about doing. Your energy only gets protected and you set your boundaries only when you do it, not by thinking about it. Okay? You join? Promise. Okay.
Yeah.
So rub your hands and then we start on at the head, then we pull it a little bit the hands apart. Maybe then you can already feel the energy between your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just raise your hands and set, and the bigger you want to set your boundaries, that I set my energy boundaries here.
Okay.
And then you move to your head. I set it here. I set my energy boundaries here. Then you move on to your shoulders. Say, I set my energy boundaries here. So you just spread your arms and set your boundaries here. Then you move down to your hip. And you just keep this arm length distance and say, I keep my energy boundaries here today. And then you bend down to your knees. I set my energy boundaries here, and then to your feet. I set my energy boundaries here. And then you can exactly come
Still
back
feel
and
it.
go
That's so cool.
for a second your eyes and just check how you feel.
I can
Do
still
you feel
feel
a
it.
difference?
Huh?
Do you feel a difference?
Yeah. So it kind of like makes you feel lighter. I guess that's the best way to put it. I don't know if lighter is the best way to, say.
Yeah, my energy is kind of tingling, but I also feel more, this is kind of my space. And I think it's about claiming my space. This is me. And it's my me doesn't stop here with my physical body. This is my me. And I claim my space, and it makes you also feel a bit also stronger maybe.
Empowered. More empowered.
And yeah. And this is kind of the goal. So please do claim your space. This is you. And I just want to add a little funny story, because one of my clients, she had this problem that when she was on the streets or in the supermarket, people kind of tend to bump into her.
Oh,
right?
interesting. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And she told me about it. And I said, yeah, you need to claim your space. And I showed her this exercise. And she does it every morning when she gets up. And she never, ever had this problem again. People could feel her energy and they just walk around.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's so fascinating and so easy,
It
doesn't even take 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and you're done. And what you said before, what's the most powerful thing to recharge your energy? And I know it sounds a little bit, I don't know, cliche, but it's do what you love. Because if you're really doing things you enjoy, it makes your heart sing. You're generating this energy intrinsically out of you, and you will never ever run out of energy. You don't need to recharge or whatever. You have your own power plant within you because you really love what you do. This would be the first thing. And the second thing is, what I've noticed is your energy is your most valuable currency, because you're trading it for every thought, every belief, every emotion, every word you're speaking, every action you're taking. So please be just sure what you're trading your energy for, right? It has a value. It's important. It's your energy. And without any energy, we had like this energy crisis in Europe in 2 years ago. With electricity, there is no social life. With your personal energy, there is no real life anymore. Because what I've noticed, when you have little energy, you're in survival mode. and which means do you have like this every day is the same, you
Yep,
have
you're
long
just
to do.
existing. You're just existing,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
exactly. And you just get through one day after the other one. And with more energy, if you really start managing your energy, as soon as you have more energy, you will feel such an incredible difference, because
Mhm.
then life is full of solutions and possibilities and opportunities, because you can have the energy to execute them. And I think this is just fair. You don't see all these possibilities if you don't have the energy to actually do them, because
I
it
know.
will make you feel even worse.
Yeah.
Whereas their life is full of possibilities. And this is what every person you probably know with lots of energy. That's why we perceive life so much easier, because you always know there is a possibility, a solution just around the corner, and you have
True.
the energy to just do it and to get yourself out of this situation. And that makes you feel so resilient and powerful, and life is so much easier. I can
Right.
only recommend it to work on your energy. And the last thing is your if you can't see we can't see it, we can't touch it, but we
Mm.
can feel it. And your energy is your business card. It's always with you. If you're in a Zoom call, if you're at the supermarket, people look at you, but
I
they
feel
will
it.
feel
Hmm.
what you feel, how you are, how you show up, your values, they are all stored in your energy, and people will notice. And why I'm saying this, because now with AI coming up, there will be so many fake news. It will be
Oh,
more and
yeah.
more difficult to figure out what's true and what isn't, and
So true.
what can I believe and what I don't. And that's why I really urge you to invest in that, because the energy of artificial intelligence is different than the one from human beings. Even if your brain says, okay,
Oh,
might be right, your body and your energy will tell you this is fake. And
oh,
then
that's awesome.
if you already trust your energy and you have
Hmm.
a connection to your energy, life will be so much easier, because yeah, you can maneuver through this changing world in a completely different way. And that's why I think it's so important to start now.
Wow, that is awesome. So, Miss Cornelia, how do people get a hold of you, whether they want to buy your book or they want a session or whatever they may want? What's the best way they can reach you?
The best way to buy my book, it's just amazon.com. It's the title is Change Your Energy, Change Your Life, and
Yes.
that's what it does. And it changed already so many lives. You can look at I think it's about 50 reviews I'm having, so people are really excited about it. And on the other side, yeah, you can just hop on my homepage. It's Cornelia and then Kawann, Kawann, one word.com. And there I'm offering you a complimentary half an hour personal energy strategy session.
Nice.
So yeah, and there you can come with one topic. We look into it, what we can do, and I can guide you similar to Catherine through a guided session, so we can release the energetic blockades. And I think this is the most powerful, easiest way to get in touch with me. And of course, I'm on all social media, LinkedIn, Cornelia Energy On. You see it here, also on Instagram, TikTok. So there are a lot of energy hacks I'm sharing, how you can work on your energy. And I think really there is so much power behind our energy.
For sure, for sure. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on. I love your work, and I think you've made a huge difference in people's lives that, take it on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Catherine, for having me. And I really want to congratulate you to your amazing audience, because I know you now after our session,
Yeah.
and I know what amazing people you draw into your space and in your energy. It's so beautiful. So yeah, I hope I could inspire some of you to really start managing your energy. It's yeah, makes such a difference.
Great. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys later on my next show next Wednesday.
Coming up next, Adventures with Theo and Zebby, right here on Embracing Life Again with Catherine Koffer.
Are you ready to go, buddy? Huh? You ready? Okay, sounds good. You're missing this one.
Oh no, I'm getting it.
Little bunch for the road. Debbie in his limo. You've taken the first step to embracing life again. Let's continue to break barriers, find joy, and dream without limits. Join us next time and let's discover inspiration through every transition together.